7:03 a.m., Monday, August 27th, 2001.
AT&T. It's 9:08 a.m. where you're calling.
Good morning, Jehovah's Witnesses.
Good morning. Could you connect me with Brother Jaracz's office, please?
One moment, please. May I ask who's calling?
Yes, my name is Alan Feuerbacher.
Thank you. One moment.
Hello, Jaracz.
Hi, Brother Jaracz?
Yes.
Hi, I don't think you know me, but I've heard you speak at many district assemblies, and I wanted to tell you some things I think you'd find of interest if you have some time. Would you have some time to talk?
See, are you here in Bethel?
No, I'm outside.
Oh, you're in the field. Where are you located?
I live in Colorado. Part of the reason I wanted to talk to you is that there's been a lot of churning away out with respect to the some accusations against the society that it has not handled child molestation cases properly, and I've done quite a bit of searching and talking to people about what that's all about, and I've come to understand some things about an NBC Dateline program that's in the works and so on. I'm sure you're familiar with that sort of thing, but I may know some things that perhaps you don't, and I thought perhaps you should take account of them.
Well, we've heard that there's something in the wind about a program, but we haven't got any details on it.
Okay.
We don't know what they're going to come up with. News media oftentimes it comes up with different things as they have in the past. So which direction it's going to take, we don't know. Sometimes they publicize something that's favorable, and on other occasions they misrepresent the organization and get into areas where perhaps they're not totally familiar with what we're doing.
Sure. Well, I guess part of the reason I wanted to talk to you is, well, for one thing, you and I have a little bit in common in the sense that we have an old friend that I understand we have in common, Brother Mike Jaracz.
Oh, yeah, I know Mike very well.
Yeah, okay. I haven't seen Mike in about 9 years, and I understand that he's in a home now because of his health. You know, he's had terrible phlebitis and all that.
I know he was ailing. The last time I was in touch with him, he wasn't feeling too good.
Yeah, but he was my presiding overseer back in the 70s when I was in the Manhasset congregation on Long Island, and he was quite a character.
Yeah, he's a good brother. He's
I know it.
Loyal and stable and staunch.
I know it. My parents have known him since back in the 40s when they were in the Jamaica congregation. So
He's gone through a lot of stormy periods, but he's remained steadfast and immovable, one of those pillars in support of the truth.
And one time Mike, I have to look back on this and laugh now, but one time Mike, he got me up in front of the whole congregation and said, I want to use you as a demonstration, and what he really did was he kind of tricked me into singing a kingdom song in front of the whole congregation, unaccompanied and all by myself, and then he says, now see how that sounds? Now you young brothers come up here and sing the song together, and so they all did, and then he says, now see how much better that sounds than Alan singing alone?
Well, I guess he had a point.
He had a point, but
unless you had a good voice.
I didn't.
Yeah, well, that's Mike.
Yeah, that's Mike. Well, at any rate, I wanted to talk to you because I've been told that you're very concerned with the spirituality of the brothers, and you're also extremely concerned with the preaching work. As I understand, you're one of the few people in a position of really high authority within the society that actually goes in field service.
One of the brothers on the governing body.
Yeah, I know.
We sort of share equal authority, but
I know.
We do have our diverse responsibilities.
Yep. I wanted to mention to you that the problem of child molestation, as you're no doubt perfectly well aware, is something that lasts. When it happens to someone, it lasts basically forever. My wife's family, it turns out, had one of her sisters married into a family, actually, that had a molestation problem that began, it's over 50 years ago. And it turned out that the man he was a brother, but he was not obviously a very good witness, but probably before 1950, began molesting his first young son. He did it to his second son, and then when the little girl came along, which is really the point of the story, he started in on her, and she told us about some of the things that he did, and it's just what her father did was absolutely disgusting. I mean, it's hard to even describe it because it's so graphic. And
well, it's an abhorrent thing. It's detestable according to the Bible.
I mean, I just about got tears in my eyes when I heard her say that one of her earliest memories was her father ejaculating into her mouth when she was about 3 or 4 years old, if you can imagine that.
Yeah, that's repugnant.
Yeah, it really is.
The person is totally, he's corrupted.
Absolutely. Well, it turned out, and she got to be about 10 years old, the man killed himself. And apparently he, as near as anybody can tell, he decided that the little girl was about to spill the beans, and so he killed himself. And this lady has been in and out of the truth for her entire life. She's had 4 husbands. She was disfellowshipped 3 or 4 times, and I mean, this is the kind of broken person that this kind of thing produces. And I've kind of gotten very how shall I say, angry that this kind of thing happens. But there's of course not much to be done about it, because in this corrupt society that we live in, it's very common.
Well, it's no doubt very widespread out there in the world, and of course it sometimes seeps over and affects people even who associate with the organization.
Absolutely.